The average human body is designed to travel no faster than 40 kilometers per hour. Even at that speed, you could end up doing some serious damage to yourself. Beyond that speed is where you start to break bones and puncture organs. Now, if you're watching this video, my guess is that you want to keep your bones and your organs intact. And if you're looking to buy a new motorcycle jacket, or whether you're trying to figure out whether the existing armor in your current motorcycle jacket is safe or not, well, this is the video you should be watching. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the different types of motorcycle armor for your jackets, the different protection certification that you'd get for them, and what you should be looking out for when you're looking to upgrade your armor for your motorcycle jacket. If you ride motorcycles, you should be wearing protective gear. If you don't, please wear protection. CE Level 1 and CE Level 2. You've probably heard of these terms previously in your motorcycle WhatsApp group chats, at motorcycle meetups, when you speak with other motorcyclists who have more experience when it comes to riding gear. But let's firstly understand what this means. Let's start with the abbreviation CE. It stands for Conformité Européenne, which is basically French for European conformity. It's like Europe's ISI mark for various products outside of motorcycling as well, but we'll focus only on the standards that apply to motorcycle armor for today. You've probably seen this mark on your motorcycle jacket or on the motorcycle armor at some point in time. Today we're going to understand what exactly this means. Now, before we get into the European standards and the different levels of certification that they come with, let's just understand that if a piece of motorcycle protective gear is not CE certified, it could mean one of two things. The first one being that the armor wasn't actually tested or it didn't pass the CE certification process. The second one being that the manufacturer of that motorcycle armor didn't bother investing in getting it certified by CE because they don't intend on selling it in Europe. Either way, it's better to look at the labels and the tags that come with your motorcycle jacket or with the armor to identify what kind of tests it's been through. The safer bet though would be to pick a CE certified piece of equipment. We're all too familiar with how ISI tested helmets in India.
Love you all guys, love you all, come on! मैं भी सुनना चाहता हूं तुमसे, love you all!
It's better to be safe than sorry. Testing is done by dropping a 5 kg weight from 1 meter onto the motorcycle armor, generating a force of about 50 joules, and this is done 9 times. Now, if you're wondering why 5 kgs is used, well, that's the average weight of the arm from the shoulder to the wrist, and 1 meter is the usual height from a motorcycle handlebar to the ground. Based on the amount of force that's allowed to transfer through the armor, it either gets a CE Level 1 or a CE Level 2 certification. Now, some motorcycle armor manufacturers like D3O, Nox, Forcefield would take it a step further and have their motorcycle armor temperature tested to be effective in temperatures of -10 to +40 degrees Celsius. If you remember the CE marking we spoke about earlier, if the second and the third small boxes at the bottom indicate T+ and T-, it means that the armor has been temperature tested and meets the CE standards. If those two boxes are blank, it could either mean that they haven't been temperature tested or didn't meet the CE standards. So if you're planning on riding to Ladakh, or if you're considering going to Rajasthan in the summer, you might want to check whether your armor has been temperature tested first. Now, there are 3 standards that are relevant to motorcycle armor. Each of them have 2 levels, Level 1 and Level 2. The standards we'll focus on are EN 16211 2012, EN 16212 2014, and EN 16213 2018. Now, you'll notice that I've mentioned the year of certification along with each of the CE standards. This is of huge importance because CE standards are updated periodically to be made safer and to be most up to date with the current technology available and the information around accidents available too. As of 2020, if your armor has these 3 years mentioned, then it has passed the most recent CE standards. Some motorcycle armor manufacturers may provide you with motorcycle armor that has been certified based off standards from 1997 and 2002. And while these still are CE certified, they're not the safest and the most recent technology available. So you could spend your money on better armor and a higher level of protection instead. Now let's talk about the first standard, which is EN 16211. Now this defines standards for motorcycle armor made to protect the hands, legs, hips, shoulders, and tailbone. In most motorcycle jackets, the armor at the elbows and shoulder are rated by this standard. If it comes with a Level 1 certification, It means that the average residual force passed on by the protector during the test is less than 35 kilonewtons. Level 2 certification means that the average residual force passed on by the protector is less than 20 kilonewtons. The next standard is EN 16212. This defines standards for armor made to protect the back. Statistics show that apart from head injuries, most motorcycle accidents end up being fatal if the rider's back wasn't well protected. The third standard is EN 16213, and this defines standards for motorcycle armor made to protect the chest. There are two types of chest protectors. Two-piece chest protectors, currently only level 1 certification is available in this style. Single-piece chest protectors, which are available in both level 1 and level 2. Now, while chest armor is somewhat inconvenient to wear, keep in mind that it protects your heart, your lungs, and your rib cage. I've heard those are important. Certification criteria for these two armors are higher because of the importance of the body parts they protect. These two have similar criteria for certification. When put through the earlier test, the average residual force passed on by the protector should be less than 18 kilonewtons to pass the level 1 certification and less than 9 kilonewtons to pass level 2. In all three cases, the level 2 protectors are almost twice as effective as the level 1 protectors. In the CE marking, the number in the first small box at the bottom lets you know what level of protection your armor would provide you with. You would also be able to find details of the level of protection your motorcycle armor provides on the tags that came with the jacket, the brand's website, and on the armor itself. If you're unable to find that information, I've got bad news for you. Also keep in mind that some motorcycle jacket manufacturers might just provide you with a foam pad as a back protector. I shared statistics around motorcycle accidents earlier. It would be advisable to upgrade your back protector ASAP. Other companies like Rhinox have tied up with Nox Armor and provide CE Level 2 armor out of the box for some of their jackets. They also have CE Level 2 armor that you can purchase separately in case you want to upgrade at a later date. On an ending note, while we've discussed a lot about motorcycle armor today, there's still a lot of other things you need to take into consideration when deciding on your motorcycle riding jacket. The material, the fit, ventilation, rain liners, thermal liners are just a few of the other things you need to take into consideration too. If you'd like a separate video about that, drop a comment in the comment section of this video and let me know. I'll see what I can put together. Also, a big thank you to Aditya and Kushal from Rhinox for helping me with some important information which I could then finally use to put this video together. I hope you found the information in this video useful. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. If you did not, well, share comments in the comment section to let me know what you'd want to be done differently. As always guys, at least wear your helmets while riding your motorcycles and stay at home. It's a freaking jungle out there. Goodbye.
Hustle the great bag, came up, you can't hate that. Self-made, you can't take that. Yeah, self-made, you can't make that. Some said I need a record deal, I need a co-sign, I need a Dre track. But all the time I had a mean flow, I had a cold grind, and that's a great match. Payback, codes and I make racks. And my pockets gon' stay fat, cause I murk beats and I slay.